Buying a home in Orange Beach, Alabama, top 5 mistakes to avoid. Every day, hundreds of people relocate to Orange Beach, Alabama, and we have assisted many of them in finding the perfect house. As a result, we've discovered that there are numerous factors to consider while relocating here, which I'll discuss in this video. I'm showing you the 5 most common blunders to avoid when purchasing or relocating to Orange Beach, Alabama. If you're thinking of buying a home in Orange Beach, don't just get swept away by the beautiful beaches, because there's a lot more to consider before making your coastal living dream a reality. From understanding neighborhood dynamics to evaluating local amenities and infrastructure, we're here to guide you through what it really takes to make a smart, informed decision. It's not just about the sunsets and that sandy beach. So let's dive deeper, uncover the full picture of living in Orange Beach, and discover all you need to know about buying a home in our beautiful Sweet Home, Alabama. I'm Jess with Living in Lower Alabama. My husband Tony and I are the #1 relocation realtor team in Baldwin County. So after you watch this video, schedule a call with us to plan your move down here.
Sweet Home, Alabama.
Now, kicking things off with my first point, it's crucial not to limit your research just because of the stunning Orange Beach sands. Sure, the coast pulls you in, but life extends far beyond the water's edge, and it's essential to really dive into the various neighborhoods. What's the vibe in each area or each subdivision? How do the schools rank? What about access to healthcare or emergency services? These factors are just as crucial as those scenic views. Consider how each area manages its tourism influx. A quiet retreat in February might transform into a bustling hub come summertime. How does that shift impact local services, traffic, and overall noise levels? These are everyday aspects that you'll live with. And let's not overlook amenities and local infrastructure. How close is the nearest grocery store or the vet if you have pets? Understanding these practicalities can significantly affect your satisfaction with a home. We just had clients visit, and they not only listened to us to check out the neighborhoods beforehand, but they went above and beyond and engaged with potential neighbors to talk about their community, the local assisted living center services, their parks and activities, but most of all, they just mingled to see what the area was like. They did exactly what we preach, and now they know where they want to be. This can dramatically enrich your living experience. It went from, hey, we're looking for a house, to I can't believe we're going to be a part of this beautiful community. And we absolutely love when this happens. So shout out to Dave and Robin. Y'all are truly one of the best clients that we could have asked for. Another thing to remember is that each season brings a new side of Orange Beach to light. If possible, visit at different times of the year to truly gauge what it's like. It's about ensuring that the reality matches the dream in all seasons, not just peak summertime. I promise you, doing this groundwork will help you find a spot that doesn't just excite you, but it truly suits the lifestyle that you're looking for. You have to remember, it's about long game, finding your joy in your new home and neighborhood all year round. I feel that this is a comprehensive approach, and it reminds us that while the beach might be the initial draw, the community's day-to-day reality is what makes living here a dream come true. Moving on to our second point, and this is a biggie, overlooking hidden costs when it comes to purchasing a property in a coastal area like Orange Beach. The sticker price is just the beginning. For starters, insurance premiums here can be a different ballgame. We're talking about wind and hail insurance, which is a must if you're getting a mortgage in hurricane-prone areas. Plus, there's flood insurance, which is crucial even if you're not in the flood zone but close to the water. The other part of this is property taxes. They can vary widely depending on the exact location and proximity to the water. It's important to get a clear picture of these before you make a decision, especially if you're only living here part-time, because if you're not a full-time resident, taxes will double. But on the flip side of that, if you're 65 or older, you can be exempt from state property taxes, which is a huge benefit. I can't wait to be 65 just so I don't have to pay taxes. Well, and so that we can golf whenever we want. That's definitely on my list of needs for retirement. But back to cost of living, then there's upkeep. Saltwater is beautiful, but it can be corrosive. Regular maintenance on your home's exterior, like painting and rust prevention, can run you more than you might expect, so it's critical to factor in these ongoing costs. Now, if you're not directly on the water, I feel like it's not as bad, but if you are, be ready for some additional expenses. One thing I always mention is that your electric bill might be higher than what you're used to due to the need for constant air conditioning. And if you're like our family, we keep it at like 68 all summer long, and our summer months are long. And if you're thinking of using your property as a vacation rental, there are additional costs like cleaning and management fees and marketing. These services ensure your property remains profitable, but they don't come cheap. Nothing is cheap these days. So before you say, hey Jess, this whole move into Lower Alabama thing sounds great, make sure you've got a comprehensive view of all potential expenses. Doing your financial due diligence will help ensure that your dream home doesn't become a financial strain, because then you'll be calling me and telling me how you want to move somewhere else. And we don't want surprise expenses either, so make sure you do your homework. Oh, and let's not forget about homeowners association fees. In many parts of Orange Beach, especially in gated communities or condos, the HO fees can contribute significantly to those monthly expenses. These fees typically cover things like community maintenance, some really great amenities, so it's pretty worth it in my opinion, and sometimes they can cover some utilities. I showed a property just this past weekend that had a monthly HOA of $2,000. So while these amenities offer great perks like pools, fitness centers, and community events, they're definitely a cost factor to consider when budgeting for your new home. One thing we start to dive into during our due diligence period is the health of the HOA's reserve fund. We always ask for all the previous financials, minutes, and any assessments, because let me tell y'all, an underfunded reserve can lead to unexpected assessments down the line, which could mean shelling out thousands of dollars unexpectedly. I've seen it happen more times than I'd like to admit. And I don't know about you, but I'm never in the mood to give away money. And it kills me when people buy these properties and when they're hit with some huge assessment. So avoid headaches and financial stress by doing your homework now. It's always better to go in with your eyes wide open. And that's why we stress the importance of working with our team, because this is something we do on a regular basis. We can guide you through the financial landscape of buying a home in Orange Beach, helping you to navigate and anticipate these hidden costs. Rolling into our third point, rushing the buying process. In a hot market like Orange Beach, the urgency to close a deal can sometimes lead to snap decisions, and that's where caution is key. We want to make sure you understand exactly what you're getting into. It's crucial to delve deep into the home's history, checking for any past damage, especially from storms, which is common in coastal areas. So don't be afraid to ask for the current homeowner's insurance info, or even if any claims have been filed within recent years. You have the right to know that before you purchase a property. Another big thing to consider is the community itself. I mentioned you need to know, does it have the amenities you need? Are there development plans? These are all factors that should influence your timing and your decision. You might find a home that you love because it backs up to like a wooded area or a big open field, but think about the long-term implications of your purchase. Is there anything being built there in the near future? Is the home adaptable to your future needs? Could there be potential resale issues, or do you want a home on stilts that you might have trouble with a few years down the road? Whatever the case, just remember, rushing might mean overlooking better opportunities just around the corner. So patience isn't just a virtue, it's a necessity in real estate. So make sure you set up a time to speak with us over a Zoom call to go over all of your needs and wants. Trust us, this helps more than you can imagine when going through the buying process. Which reminds me of a call we recently had. One thing our clients didn't take into consideration originally until they talked to us was the future developments in the area. It's essential to understand what the future holds for Orange Beach, as it could significantly influence your property's value, or maybe not the value, but your overall quality of life. For instance, a new shopping center or a public park might enhance property values and improve lifestyle, while a planned condo building nearby could have the opposite effect because it could block your ocean view. This was not the case for our most recent client, and boy, were they glad we talked about that. But again, that's why it's crucial to check with us and the city's future land use plans at any major projects on the drawing board. And this includes anything from infrastructure improvements to new schools, to measures to protect the coastline. This can enhance long-term property values, which I know is something the community is always thinking about. A community that actively shapes its own growth is a great place to invest your future. In a nutshell, staying ahead of the curve of local developments can be just as important as a home purchase itself. Make sure you're adding this to your checklist when considering a move to Orange Beach. And finally, the most critical step that you don't want to miss is make sure you team up with the #1 relocation team in Baldwin County. We're here to point you in the right direction and speak about all the uncertainties that I just mentioned, and of course, negotiating and directing you on your behalf. We know what our market is doing, and leveraging our relationships and local market knowledge is going to help get you the best deal possible. So think of us as your personal concierge service, someone who's there to make sure your move to Orange Beach is as smooth and successful as possible. But don't just take our word for it. Check out all of our 5-star reviews and make sure to reach out before making the move on down. We'll see you soon, and to learn more, check out this next video.